Alright, it's time. It's time for pulling. Oh wait, I already got this. Just get one copy for now. Gonna test her. Nebris is pretty, as far as I know, based on what we have seen, she doesn't require the potential liberation. So at least that's quite free to play friendly on her. And if you guys haven't already, start farming the Win one, because we're gonna have like Win characters for the collab in Senran Kagura on October 2nd. Holy glaze. Erine's weapon. She will still be available next week, so there's that. Alright. Should you go in on Nebris? If you are new, you want to save for the collab, right? Nebris is not limited. If they do every character limit... Oh! I heard they change up the pools in terms of you won't be able to recognize them until the end. Okay. Until the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's not Nebris. Ooh, Loan. Okay. That's a Loan. And I don't think this is it. Okay, I got off-banner Loan. Which is fine. Alright, I'll take a +2 off-banner Loan. Will Nebris appear in the pub? I don't think so. Because they just put Livia there, right? I don't think Nebris is there. But we'll see. If it's in the pub, people would have told me already by now, right? I can check it, but mine is not full. No more notification. Yeah, they basically removed the spoiler. I think they will still be notification, but it will be at the end. Also, Mega Los Angel, what's up? So this one is nothing. Okay, I don't want to spend too much on her. So the next one, hopefully the next 100 we can get her. Okay. Alright, alright. 25 pulls. Yeah, that's about right. Alright, wait. It's still there? Okay, but it did say that it's the new costume. So I don't know, is it going to be Nebris? There's a chance. There's a chance. Okay. Alright. Who is this? I think that's it. Wait, no, it's not. Oh, it's Glacier. It do sound like her though. I actually can't recognize the voice. No more spoiler. No more spoiler, guys. No more spoiler for you. Glacier, sadly, it's not really being used much, right? But that's a +1. I used to use her a little bit in the, what is that? In the Tower of Salvation. Okay, so none of these are that. Whew. Okay, the next one. Alright, we got 2 off banners so far. The next one has to be it. The next one has to be it. Spoiler is still there. Oh wait, they haven't removed it yet? Or will they remove it later when the collab comes? Okay. 2 off banner and you're scared? 2 off banner makes you scared. I do have a lot of tickets, fortunately. I don't know where all these tickets come from, and they have been quite generous with. Oh, is this it? Is this it? Oh, it's not it. It's still not it. Okay. Is this going to be 1, 2, another off banner? Another off banner. It's a dude. Okay, I got this dude to +5 now. +5 dude. Yo, what do you guys think of +5 dude? Okay. Actually +5. Lethal maxed. I don't think you need that one at max. I just think you need that one at +4. I can't remember what the +5 did. If the +5 was wrong, I would have +5 that long time ago. Because you used that lethal costume quite a number of times. 3 off banners, that's crazy. Okay, got some golden thread along the way. Okay, this has to be it, right? Okay, next one. Look at this. Next one, alright? The next one will be getting it. Alright. 26. So far I've spent 100 tickets. Or is it a little bit more? Alright, it's here. Let's go. Let's go. Alright. Whew, after a long struggle. So... Okay, that's her voice. There she goes. There she goes. 100 already. 100 already. During collab, they will give you back 200 free pulls or 200 tickets, right, by logging in. So there's that. Sometimes it's more than one, right? But I doubt there is. I think it's just that one. Alright. So new character, Nebris. 3 off banner. That's a lot of 5 stars. I would say it's a decent luck, right? So Nebris self buff is this one. The augmentation. Oh man, so basically she doesn't apply amplification. She doesn't apply a debuff to the enemy. It's a buff to herself. For 6 turns, damage dealt to the target increased by 100%. And then if you have damage dealt increase effect, crit damage increased by 200% instead of 6 turns. So basically you're applying this damage dealt to you so that you can basically have this crit damage effect increase. Pretty much, right? It's right here, one of these. Crit damage boost. That could be from the other character. Actually, yeah, that's definitely from her because Helena doesn't do that. So she's a buffer that buffs herself. So in that case, I think she's a skip, man. Yeah, definitely she's a skip. Because the wording is a bit confusing. I read this and I initially thought this is going to be something that you can apply to the enemy. And if that's the case, then yeah, I feel like every player should skip her. Definitely skip her. I was thinking of +1 her. That's why I tested her out first to find out that she is not going to be worth it. Like, you already pulled them. You notice my CP drop. My CP drop. Last brown dust 410k. Now it's 396k. What CP? I don't get it. Like, what CP drop? Dev's gotta be better with the wording. Okay, how can they word this better, right? Let me see. How can they word this better? They can word it this way, right? For 6 turns, applies a damage amplification buff to yourself for 100%. If you have damage amplification buff effect, crit damage increased by 200%. I think so that you make it obvious that this buff is on yourself, right? They need to make sure that this is obvious. I think that's the best way that they can do it. Because when you say for 6 turns, damage dealt to the target increased by 100%, it's as though the target has this debuff, right? So I think like that's what that was confusing. Definitely, yeah. If you just put for yourself, yeah. Attack the enemy 2 turns, each attack deals... But then you probably don't really need this damage buff as well, right? You probably don't really need this damage buff because, like, let's say in the future, I guess they're trying to make it unique. Also, why aren't they using this term then? Because this term is augmentation, where your damage dealt is increased. She's not the Vanguard Grey Killer. She's decent for bossing, but not a team player. Only if you have both the costume though. So basically she has one more here that increases her own attack. Now this one is obvious, right? This one is basically, you know this is a self buff. Increase attack by 50%. The other costume you know is a self buff. But this one is like a little bit finicky. So you can see again, I'm going to show you guys, right? When Nebris hits the enemy, I'm going to see if I can turn the ×1 speed. She doesn't apply the debuff. Okay, so this is the enemy. Boom. So you can see there's no debuff right here. But when Livia applies it, there's a debuff here. Right? So there's a debuff from Livia, but there's no debuff from Nebris. So yeah, that's a bit upsetting then. In that case, I'm not going to +1 her, right? I was initially going to try to +1 her. But yeah, not even win. She will shine in the Senran Kagura collab for the first half. Yeah, but that means she's competing with other... That means her role is going to be she's a main damage dealer, similar to... But why would you want her, right? Because if you're talking about main damage dealer, everybody already has Dalvi. And I think Dalvi is also very, very strong. And physical-wise, there's a lot of Senran Kagura that has that as well. Scam? I think it's not scam, but I think it's the wording. I hope the developers can maybe improve on that a little bit. Because I assume I'm not the only one that when I read this, it's like... It sounds like it's an amplification to the enemy, similar to Zenith one. Wait, how is Zenith worded? Give me a moment. Let me bring up Zenith's one, right? So Zenith's one targets incoming damage increased by 43%. Incoming damage increased by 100. Targets incoming damage increased by 100%. So is that there's a word target? Is it? I'm guessing that's the one. This one don't have the word target. Damage dealt to the target. Oh, it also has the word target. Yo, it also has the word target, so you can see how it's confusing, right? It also has the word target here. I mean, you gotta remove the word target if that's the case, right? Because when you do this, it's also a bit confusing. Let's bring up Zenith one, right? Zenith is... Oh shoot, where is she? So Zenith's costume... Targets incoming damage increased by 43%. This one right here. Damage dealt to the target increased by 100%. What? I don't see the difference actually. It's not target, it's incoming damage. But it's not orange color. Yeah, but when you read the patch notes, right? I'm talking about... Was it color coded in the patch notes? Because when you read the patch notes, you wouldn't know. Is the issue here, right? Yeah, so damage dealt to the target increased by 100%. So it's a self-buff. So yeah, therefore I wouldn't encourage you guys to pull if that's the case. I wouldn't encourage you guys to pull if that's going to be the case, right? Yeah, definitely skip her. Unless you're looking for a main DPS specifically, then Nebris can be used. Other than that, yeah.